sun is down and the stars are out. Everyone turn up your volume and turn down your lights. The Twilight Beacon begins transmitting now. Jedediah D. Blackwell here, coming to you from the Twilight Beacon, transmitting from the heart of Appalachian America. Tonight, we bring you two terrifying tales from one of the more unique radio programs from radio's golden age, Hall of Fantasy. At a time when most music, drama, and comedy radio programs were being produced in large cities and sent to the rest of the nation through network broadcasts, most rural and regional programming was limited to news, weather, and local sports. Hall of Fantasy was a rarity, originally only heard in Utah, but featuring well-written scripts and quality acting, without being able to draw on talent from nearby entertainment hubs, the way programs produced in New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago were able to do. The program had an irregular schedule for most of its first 5 years, before becoming a nationally syndicated show, and often the actors weren't even named in the program's introduction or credits. Our first story from Hall of Fantasy is titled The Perfect Script, one of the earliest recorded broadcasts of the show. It has a typical theme of the early episodes, filled with transparent foreshadowing and later revealing a murderous plot, usually with first-person narration. Hall of Fantasy often walked a fine line between campy horror and melodrama, and this tale exhibits both in equal measure. And now, The Perfect Script, as heard on Hall of Fantasy in February of 1947.
The Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden, down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of The Perfect Script.
Listen now to original tales of the imagination and some of the classics of the supernatural as we take you down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to the mysterious realms of the unknown. These are stories of eerie and fantastic thrills. And now for tonight's story, an original radio drama by Bob Olson entitled The Perfect Script.
It's inspiration, gentlemen. With a proper inspiration, anyone can write a perfect script. In this case, the inspiration is horror. Well, that wraps up another perfect script.
Yeah, a little too perfect if you ask me. Every time I work one of these shows, I want a police escort to see me home.
There's a Mr. Schenk to see you. Shall I send him in?
Schenk? Oh, the new writer. Yes, send him in, please. Schenk, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you made it. Have a seat.
Thank you, Mr. Marchand.
Did you decide to accept my terms?
Well, your shows are famous. Sounds like I'm starting at the top.
You are. You realize, of course, that this is a one-time shot.
Yeah, so I understand. No one ever writes two perfect scripts, but why?
Once you've written one, you will know the answer to that.
It's a queer setup, but it's too good a chance to miss. When do I start?
Immediately. I'll drive you up there myself.
Out where?
In the coast, a few miles to my beach house. You will find it perfect for writing your type of script.
Sounds okay to me.
Fine. I'll order the car. Mr. Maine, call the garage and tell them to have my car ready in 5 minutes. I'll be up at my beach house. I'm taking the new rider. Just call the garage. I won't be back today. Now, shall we go?
Sooner the better.
Trudy must have taken a walk. Trudy's the housekeeper. She spends a lot of time just walking on the beach. She had a terrible shock, poor girl, but she's harmless. Well, it looks as if we'll have to let ourselves in. Trudy? Trudy, are you here?
Here I am, Mr. Marchand.
I knocked. Where were you?
I was down. I was asleep.
Well, no matter. This is Mr. Schenk. He'll be with us for a little while. I thought you were taking one of your walks at first.
Tonight?
She's looking for her husband, Pete. He was a pilot and crashed in the sea close to here. Trudy thinks he'll show up.
Oh, he will. Don't you think he will, Mr. Schenk?
Well, that's enough, Trudy. Show Mr. Schenk to his room.
Same room the others had?
Of course. Now hurry. Mr. Schenk probably wants to clean up a bit. He's going to start writing, so take some cold milk and sandwiches to him. Or would you rather have coffee?
Oh, milk would be fine.
Show him where to find the writing materials, too. He has a big night ahead of him.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband.
It was just a forced landing. He walked away from 3 others. He'll come back someday.
Yeah. Have you heard anything at all?
Oh, yes. He sent me his ring. That's the signal we had to let me know he was coming home.
How did he send it, Trudy?
The ocean brought it.
The ocean?
Yes, a little boy found it on the beach.
You mean a ring was washed up on the beach?
Some poor man was washed ashore. He had it on his hand. Probably a friend of Jack's. Many flyers were killed during the war, you know.
Yeah, I know. So, this flyer was washed ashore. Didn't they identify him?
No, he was in the sea too long.
Well, did you see the body?
They wouldn't let me. They said it was too horrible.
Yeah, I can well imagine.
This is your room, Mr. Schenk. They all used this room.
Who all used it?
All the writers of John, Mr. Marchand's scripts.
Well, it's a very nice room. Nice view of the ocean from here. Yeah, I think I'll throw open this window and get some fresh air.
Here's the clean linen, typewriter and paper, and here's a pitcher of milk.
Yeah, thanks. Yep, this is sure a fine place to do a bit of writing.
Mr. Schenk.
Yeah, Trudy?
I'm sorry you came here.
Really? Well, I'm sorry if you don't like me, Trudy.
I do like you. That's why I'm sorry you came.
Yeah, nice folks. Well, if I can't write a script here, I can't write it anywhere. What more can a man ask? A little more about Trudy, and I wouldn't be able to write the date. Too bad, too. She's really not bad looking. Kind of pretty, in fact. Yeah, well, when a mind cracks, there's nothing much anyone can do about it. Now for the perfect script. Yeah, February 16th. Good start. The Perfect Script by Peter Schenk. Yep, you're on your way. A Marchand production is a very auspicious beginning. First inkling I had of any plot was when the deluded housekeeper told me that she wished I hadn't come. What has happened to the writers of the other perfect scripts, I wonder? If I had any sense, I'd scram out of here.
Jack!
That's Trudy. She's running down the beach, looking for her dead husband. I think I'll just follow her and see what happens.
Jack!
Trudy!
Jack!
No, Trudy, it isn't Jack.
It isn't Jack.
Sorry, Trudy.
But he will come someday, won't he?
Yeah, he will. Yeah, let's sit down a bit. This running in the sand is very tiring.
Jack isn't dead, is he?
Certainly not in your thoughts, Trudy. Well, you watch the sea a lot, don't you?
I must watch the sea. I wouldn't want to miss it.
Yeah, I know. I spend a lot of time watching the sea myself. Mighty indifferent, the sea. Well, Trudy, shall we start back? Jack won't come tonight. Maybe tomorrow night. Yeah, maybe the sea will give him to you tomorrow.
You think so? Do you think he'll come back tomorrow? Tell me he'll come back tomorrow. Johnny said he'd never come back. Johnny lied, didn't he?
Johnny? Who's Johnny?
He's...
Oh, here you are. Are you ready to get started on that script?
Oh, sure. Where did you come from?
I say, shall we get started on that script?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I've already started. Hey, what was that?
What was what?
I saw the shadow of a man diving behind that sand dune.
George.
Trudy, be quiet. Trudy always imagines she sees things at night. I think you're having the same trouble, Shank. That was just the moon shifting a new shadow across the sand. There's nobody around here closer than 5 miles.
No, it was a man.
It was a shadow, Shank, nothing but a shadow.
Yeah, okay. Shadow. Mr. Marchand, I don't think Trudy was very happy to see me come out here.
Why do you say that?
Well, she told me she wished I hadn't come. What do you mean by that?
Mean? How do I know what she meant? Trudy's always afraid someone's going to take her away from here before she finds her husband. Pay no attention to it.
There's George again. Oh, you hurt me.
I think we'd better get back to that script, Shank. Are you ready?
You know, on second thought, Mr. Marchand, maybe I can't cut it. Maybe I better try some other show at first till I get good enough for the perfect script show.
Nonsense. You'll never be any more ready than you are right now.
Yeah, I know, but...
The script, Mr. Shank, will be perfect. And you will write it. You are listening to the perfect script by Bob Olson in tonight's journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy. Now back to tonight's story, entitled The Perfect Script.
Come in.
Now, for that script.
Yeah, better get started, huh?
I thought you told me you'd already started it.
Well, not perfect enough. I tore it up.
You shouldn't have done that. I wanted to see it. Maybe I could have offered you some suggestions.
No, it wasn't any good. Just a false start.
I see. By the way, I noticed you were taking in the view from your window.
Yeah, I was fascinated by the way the moonlight topped those whitecaps. Very pretty.
I should think you'd have gotten enough of watching the ocean in 29 months.
Just a habit, Mr. Marchand, just a habit.
Tell me, what else did you see?
See? Nothing.
You lie.
I do?
Never mind. It's of no consequence now. Let's get busy with that script.
Before we do, Mr. Marchand, I have a question to ask you.
Well, what is it?
Whatever happened to your other writers?
Why do you ask that?
Well, frankly, I've been thinking of my future.
Very practical, Shank.
And what did happen to them?
I found a place for them.
A place? What sort of a place?
A very satisfactory place, Mr. Shank.
And you intend to find such a place for me?
Indeed I do. Fear not, my young friend. You shall have just such a place.
Marchand is gone. Cards are on the table. Yeah, he's even bolted the doors. For some strange reason, I can't budge the windows or even smash the panes. I know he plans to kill me. To produce such a horror in this room that he'll have the actual passionate record of a terrified and dying man. But just how he intends to bring it about, I don't quite know. I've just poured myself a glass of cold milk. Yeah, but this I do know. This script is written by Peter Schenck, a very mediocre writer, but one with enough talent to find an enthusiastic audience in the Los Angeles Police Department.
Now, Mr. Schenck, you will begin your script in earnest.
And you seem to be collaborating in earnest. What's that in your hand, an Army 45?
I am not a ballistics expert, Mr. Schenck. I must confess my ignorance. All I know about this weapon is that it's very deadly.
Yeah, it's an Army 45. Very deadly piece of merchandise.
You find something amusing?
Yeah, I was just thinking, Mr. Marchand, what a dirty trick it'd be if I should let you kill me and make you write your own perfect script.
Oh, I don't intend to kill you, Mr. Schenck.
You don't? Then why the gun?
This gun will keep you here until I'm through with you.
I've no fear of anything I can live through, Mr. Marchand.
Death is sometimes preferable. I have enough skill with this Army 45, as you call it, to make any movement on your part an extremely painful one. From there on, I have someone who might inspire the fear you spoke of.
You mean our shifting shadow, George?
Exactly. George has a cozy little apartment below ground. I hope he doesn't disturb you.
Oh, so George is the inspiration for the horror you spoke of.
Mm-hmm. George is very helpful.
You know, Marchand, you strike me as being rather stupid.
I'm sorry you think so.
Yeah. You want a script written, a perfect script. You engage me to write that script in the face of a torture and death from which you give me no chance to escape. You know, you ought to put a bonus on this thing. Give me a little incentive.
That will not be necessary. I'm quite certain that in approximately 5 minutes you'll need no incentive.
5 minutes? What's that got to do with it?
You were observed pouring and drinking a glass of milk a few minutes ago. True?
Yeah, I guess that's right. Wait, you mean that you...
Poison? No, Mr. Schenk. Just a little potion to deaden the willpower. In exactly 4.5 minutes, you will act only on the power of suggestion. Does that strike you as stupid, Mr. Schenk?
You're lying.
Wait and see, or have you something better to do?
I have, you filthy maniac. Why, in 2 minutes I could kill you. Yes, and by heaven I intend...
Stand back! You wouldn't get 2 feet. This is no cat gun. Go ahead. As long as you're alive, you have a chance. Go ahead, commit suicide. See how much good it does.
Hey, you're lying, I tell you. Besides, I didn't have any of that milk.
Now, Schenk, you know differently. Just relax. This isn't so bad. You'll even get a thrill out of it. Believe me, don't fight it. You only hurt yourself when you do.
I hope you... You're the craziest of the lot, Marchand. Your sister at least has some trace of feeling. You're just plain mad.
My sister. Who mentioned it to you?
Trudy did, Marchand. Or, Johnny, if you prefer.
You're more shrewd than I thought.
Yeah, you're just careless. You depend too much on the discretion of the insane. They prattle without thinking, Marchand.
It doesn't matter. Think me insane if you like. Maybe I am. You'd be too if you had to hide someone like George from the world. But it doesn't matter. As for Trudy, she's mad from heartbreak and shock. She could have been saved if...
Yeah, if you'd let her. Yeah, but it serves your plans better if she isn't too bright.
She's bright enough. She likes milk, too.
You don't mean to tell me that you deliberately keep her doped
No,
out?
she's insane, all right. But every once in a while, I can't depend on it.
You hold a person's life at little value, don't you?
She's the only one who can handle George. She wouldn't do it of her own free will, so I just help her to make up her mind. But your time is up, Mr. Schenk. How do you feel? Your eyes are quite glassy. Soon you won't even be able to talk. Very effective. Very effective.
Yeah, very effective.
And now, Mr. Schenk, shall we start the script?
The script? Oh, yeah. The perfect script. Write it yourself, Marchand.
The typewriter, Mr. Schenk. You're just about to write the finest script radio ever knew.
Yeah, that's right. I want to write, but what'll I write about?
Write just what you see. Explain it in detail. Everything you see and everything you think.
Yeah, but I don't see anything.
Don't you, Mr. Schenk? Then turn around.
Trudy.
And George, Mr. Schenk. George is going to help us with this script. He's quite talented.
What's he going to do?
A beautiful job of murder. Trudy, come with me.
Where you going?
We won't be far away. George doesn't like to have anyone in the family around to watch him. Do you, George?
Bad blood. Bad blood.
Write it down, Mr. Schenk. There's plenty of time. Be sure to get it all. Here, you might like some fresh air. I'll throw open this window. Special glass, you know. Strong as steel. But you won't need it now. You won't try to escape.
Yeah, I'm in the room with this monster. Marchand did open the window. Easy escape, yet I can't move. I can't leave this chair. I can't even cry out. Write it down. Write it all down. How my brain works like a trip hammer and my body does the bidding of a madman. It can't be happening. This is like a dream where you want to run and your legs won't move. George is just staring at me and muttering about bad blood. Yeah, he's staring with those wild eyes as if he were waiting for a signal. Now he sees it. It's Trudy at the window, holding a knife with a blade that looks razor sharp. It's meant for me. I have no will for anything but to stay here and write this cursed script. Yeah, of course it's perfect. Why shouldn't it be? It's a diary of a monstrous murder. I'll never get out of this chair. Will I experience pain? I don't know. The script couldn't be perfect if I didn't. I hope I do. I want to experience something that hasn't been willed on me by that insane Marchand. Trudy is handing the knife to George. Now she's pointing to me. George turns and faces me. He's walking toward me. Oh, why can't I do something to protect myself?
Bad blood. George have bad blood. Everybody says George have bad blood. George need good blood. Then he be fine. No more bad blood.
Trudy's climbing in the window. There are tears in her eyes. She's watching George. Trudy feels just as I do. Her mind's working, but can't do anything about it. I don't know what it is that Marchand's given us, but it's really hypnotic.
George get good blood now. George need good blood. George need lots of good blood. Then he all right. Then George like everybody else and walk in the sunshine and swim in the ocean, just like everybody. And people say to George, "Hello, George, how are you today?" And George say, "My blood very good today." George get good blood now.
Trudy's standing there. She's trying to say something to George. Tears are streaming down her cheeks. Trudy doesn't want me to die. I gave her false hope. She'd find her husband. And now Trudy knows that if I die, that hope dies too. Oh, if Trudy only had the will to... what irony. The only person in this room with any power over his body is George. And he has no mind with which to control it. There's Marchand at the window. He looks horrified. Something going wrong with his plan?
Trudy! Trudy, get out of there! You know what George is when any of us watch him. Get out of there before it's too late!
George heard Marchand. Turning around, sees Trudy watching him, sees the tears. His face lights up with anger. He grabs Trudy by the wrist, slashes at her with a knife. Oh, please give me the strength to move. Give me the power to get out of this chair. Marchand's standing there. No, he's leaping through the window. I think he's going to try to fight with George. He's rushing at the monster. George brushes him off. As he does, the sharp blade of the knife opens a deep wound in the side of Marchand's neck. Ow! Judy's lying on the floor. She doesn't stir. Marchand falls and lays quite still. A pool of blood forms quickly from the gushing wound. The sight of the blood excites George. He kneels over Marchand. Oh, no, I can't write it. It's too horrible. I've never seen a more grotesque sight in my life. I'm going to be sick. Now George is getting up. He's actually smiling. He sees Trudy on the floor and he stoops to pick her up in his powerful arms. Strokes her hair just as he did on the beach. His hands leave rich red stains on her face and hair. Now he's setting Trudy down tenderly. He turns towards me.
Now George got good blood. George got Johnny blood. Johnny blood, good blood. Now George like everybody else. George blood very good today.
I tried to say something, but didn't have the power. Perhaps that's what saved my life this time. George had forgotten about me in his exhilaration over getting Marchand's good blood. Yeah, Trudy's dead. No doubt about that. The knife had slashed her from just above the ear to the corner of her mouth. Trudy's dead. Now I can't help but think that now she'd find Jack at last. C isn't so indifferent after all. Oh, this night is interminable. The script soon will be finished. But Marchand will never produce it. Yeah, I had written it well. Couldn't help myself. Had to do it. Be Marchand's final triumph. The worst of all is that quiet description of this room after George had gone, telling about the two bodies, going cold. My great fear is that George will come back before this potion wears off. I sat staring at the window, now letting in a chill breeze. Just about convinced myself that George wouldn't be back when... There he was! The thing I feared was happening. George did remember at last, but Trudy had told him to kill me, and I am still powerless to help myself. This was the story that Marchand had designed for the script. Now he's about to get it. Get it too late to bring him any more of his precious fame.
George do bad things. George forget, Trudy. George forget. George do bad things.
Once more, I tried to move but couldn't. All I can do is write. I'd at least leave a record of this thing, so that all the world would know what a half hour of a perfect script had cost the lives of so many people. George is standing over me now. He's raising his arm. The knife blade catches a glint of light, and my eyes are blinded momentarily by the brilliance. George shifts his weight a little to plunge the knife. He pauses and... You know, suddenly, for no reason at all, I think of a road. A road that I walked along in Arizona just a week ago. Free, happy, glad to be alive. And then...
George, fine now.
So runs the tale of The Perfect Script. But remember to join us next week at the same time for another journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear the tale of The Cask of Amontillado.
Tonight's program was an original radio drama by Bob Olson entitled The Perfect Script. Heard in tonight's program were Richard Thorne as Marchand, Carl Grayson as Schenk, Beth Calder as Trudy, and Nelson Hall as George. Musical background was provided by Earl Donaldson. The technical supervisor was Nephi Sorensen. These programs are produced and directed by Richard Thorne. Remember, be with us again next Sunday night on call at 8:30 p.m. We'll take you on another journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear the tale of The Cask of Amontillado.
You just listened to The Perfect Script, as heard on the February 13th, 1947 broadcast of Hall of Fantasy. Our next Hall of Fantasy episode features a familiar storyline for horror fiction of any era. From Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein to the more recent Stephen King story Pet Sematary, authors of terrifying fiction have often delved into mankind's struggle to overcome death. Without fail, these stories serve as a cautionary tale, with tragic endings for those that attempt to defy mortality. This broadcast of Hall of Fantasy aired during its time as a nationally syndicated program, which only lasted for about a year. By that time, the show had started leaning into more outlandish material, with supernatural elements more often included. And now, Return from Death, as presented by Hall of Fantasy in April of 1953.
And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden, down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of The Return from Death.
You mean that you can bring him back to life?
I know I can. There, everything's ready. Will you step back, David?
Of course.
Now to turn on the machine. You will see for yourself what I mean. Now to induce the charge.
How much voltage are you using?
25,000. at him, David.
Wait. He's alive. He was dead, but now he's alive.
And now for our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Return from Death.
Dr. Jason Sinclair was a brilliant man. He was one of my instructors at medical school. He gave of his knowledge freely, creating in the students a desire to learn, imparting some of his own enthusiasm for his subject into the minds of his students. I always looked forward to his classes. After I received my degree, I lost track of him for several years. But one evening when I was ready to leave the research center... Hello?
May I speak to David Cummings?
Speaking.
David, this is Jason Sinclair.
Dr. Sinclair, it's good to hear from you.
I was wondering if you'd remember me.
Of course I would. All of us who studied under you owe you more than we can ever repay.
What are you doing this evening?
Well, actually nothing.
I'd like to see you, David. Why don't you come over to the house tonight?
It'll be a pleasure. You still live at the same place?
Yes, the world may change, David, but Jason Sinclair and his habits don't. I'll be expecting you about 8:30. Good to see you, David. Come in.
Good to see you, Dr. Sinclair.
You can forget the doctor part of it, David. Call me Jason. You're not in school now.
How long's it been? I've lost all track of time.
You received your degree in 1943. It's been 10 years.
I didn't realize it was so long. You haven't changed, you know, Jason.
Only 10 years older, that's all. Oh, do you remember my daughter, David? I believe she was
That's right. She was in my class. How are you, Elaine?
Fine, David. It's good to see you again.
Are you working with your father?
Yes.
Sit down, David. Sit down. Can I pour you a drink?
Not right now, thanks. Are you still with the college, Jason?
No, I left there some time ago.
Oh, really? How come?
I wanted to devote more time to research.
I see.
David, are you happy with your present position?
Well, I hadn't stopped to think about it. I guess I am.
That's a shame.
Why do you say that?
I was wondering if you'd like to work with me.
I don't know. I hope you'll forgive me for hesitating, Jason, but I've been with Associated Chemical for several years.
I understand, David. It's only natural that you'd hesitate.
Why, of course. Dad doesn't want to push you into this, David. You're perfectly free not to accept.
Of course, I would like to have you with me. I can guarantee you more than you're getting now.
Well, that's a pretty good inducement.
I'd like to work with you, David. I'm sure you'll find it interesting.
What are you working on, Jason?
Come, I'll take you downstairs, and you can see for yourself. You remember some of our discussions years ago about death and the possibility of bringing back to life a man that medical science had pronounced dead?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's what I've been working on.
Oh? Have you had any success?
Quite a lot. More than I'd expected this early. I'll show you. The rabbit you see on the table is dead. I'd like to have you examine it, if you will.
Yes, he's dead, I'd say, for at least 2 hours.
Very close, David. A few minutes longer, that's all.
What do you intend doing?
You'll see. I've already given him the preliminary injection, David, to save time. You know, of course, that all life has a connection with electricity. We think we send out small charges of electricity along the nerve network, which in turn activates our muscles.
You mean that you can bring him back to life?
I know I can. There, everything's ready. Will you step back, David?
Of course.
Now to turn on the machine. You'll see for yourself what I mean. Now to induce the charge.
How much voltage are you using?
25,000. That's enough. Now look at him, David.
What? He's alive. This animal's alive.
Yes, David.
But there's something strange about him.
How do you mean?
I don't know. I can't explain it.
You're imagining it, David. You saw him dead, now you see him alive. The sight is foreign to your mind.
Perhaps.
I've learned the secret, David. Now we can restore to the living those who have passed into the realm of death.
Although Jason Sinclair passed over my objection, I still couldn't get the thought from my mind. There was something strange about the animal. Something seemed to be missing. We went back upstairs. Jason left the room to get the papers he'd written explaining the various steps he'd taken in his experiments. I was left alone with Elaine.
Did you see it?
Yes. It's amazing.
Are you going to work with him?
I think so.
David, I wish you wouldn't.
Why not?
Did you notice the rabbit after he returned it back to life?
Yes.
David, didn't it look foreign to you, as if something were missing?
I noticed something, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
That's what I mean. David, I don't think you should do it.
I don't see why. Elaine, think what a boon this will be to the world.
Will it, David?
Well, of course.
I'm not too sure about that.
Elaine, you, of all people, should have faith in your father.
I don't, though, David.
Why not?
Because I don't believe that once an animal is dead, it should be returned to life. It should remain dead. Because when it dies, its spirit dies with it. And when Dad brings these creatures back, the animal lives, true enough. But, David, it's like an automaton. The body may live, but the thing which gave it personality is dead.
I'm still going to work with him, Elaine.
Do you know what you're getting into? Dad is a precisionist. He'll experiment and experiment until finally he'll want to try it on a man. And where is that man going to come from, David? Where is he going to come from?
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Return from Death.
I was in the house of Jason Sinclair. A few minutes before, I'd been witness to a scene which had amazed me. As I saw it, I made up my mind to work with Jason. We went back upstairs, and when Jason left the room, his daughter tried to dissuade me from my decision.
I'm serious, David. Where is he going to come from?
I don't know.
Then you're going to go through with it.
Yes.
I warned you, David. Remember that.
Here are the papers, David.
Oh, thank you.
Look them over. They contain all the notes I've made on the experiment.
I will, Jason.
Are you going to work with me?
Yes.
Good. You'll have to give the organization for which you're working now at least 2 weeks' notice.
Of course.
If you like, you can live here with us. Do you have any relatives, David?
No.
Glad to hear that. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Two weeks later, I moved in with Jason Sinclair, and we began working. We conducted experiments, making a few changes, altering the content of the preparatory injection, resetting the amount of voltage required, progressing from the lower stages of animal life ever higher. And then one night, he told me what he intended doing next.
David, have you heard of Terry Whalen?
Whalen? Oh, yes. He's going to die next week for the murder of that old man.
That's right. We're going down to the prison tomorrow to see him.
Why, Dad?
Whalen has no relatives, no one to bury him after his death except for the state.
What do you mean?
I believe we can have access to his body after he's executed.
You mean you intend using him as a subject?
That's correct.
But if we're successful, Jason, won't it be dangerous to return a killer back to life?
Not if we watch him. Not if we can destroy his urge to kill.
Dad, I don't think you should do it. He's a dangerous man.
Nonsense, Elaine. We'll increase the amount of voltage, David. Enough to destroy that part of his brain which motivates his desire to kill. Perhaps he'll completely change.
Use someone else, Dad, not Terry Whalen.
Where would I get someone else, Elaine?
We arose early the following day and drove out to the prison. Jason was well known and thought highly of in official circles. We were allowed to talk to the warden, and Jason convinced him that Whalen's body would be used for medical research, but he neglected to tell him how it would be used. Then we were allowed to talk to Whalen.
Just a few minutes, Dr. Sinclair.
I understand.
Who are you?
My name is Jason Sinclair, Mr. Whalen.
What do you want?
Talk to you.
So talk?
You're to be executed next week, Mr. Whalen.
Look, if you come here just to tell me that, I got a surprise for you. I already know it.
I'm a doctor, Terry. We'd like to use you as the subject of an experiment.
Sure, go right ahead.
Not now, Terry, after you've been executed.
Ah, what do you mean? Where you from? You from one of those medical colleges? Listen, I don't go for that stuff. No, sir, if that's what
No,
you're here
Terry.
for...
I propose to bring you back to life.
You mean after I'm dead?
That's right.
You're crazy. You sound like you've been in stir too long.
I'm serious. We can do it.
You mean... you mean you can actually bring me back to life?
That's right.
That's pretty good. And they can't punish me a second time, can they? They can't kill me twice.
You agree to it, then?
Sure, Sawbones. Sure, I agree to it. Anything to get another chance.
Jason made arrangements for an ambulance to pick up Whalen's body a short time after the execution. That night, the night Whalen settled his debt with the state, a storm broke. We stayed in the house and waited. The ambulance was already at the prison, waiting for its passenger.
What time is it?
Almost 12.
I wish you hadn't arranged all this, Dad.
Nonsense, Elaine.
Well, that is 12 o'clock.
The time is to die.
It should only take them 3 hours, even in this storm, to get back here, Jason.
That's right. When they do, David, they'll have Whalen with them.
We waited there at the house. The storm was the perfect background for the strange mood which had seized hold of each of us. A short time after 3, the ambulance pulled into the driveway and we went down and opened the basement door. They brought him in and sat him on a table.
Yes, that's right. Thank you. You ready, David?
I guess so.
I'll prepare the hypodermic, then. We'll give him 20 cc's of this.
No more than that?
Of course not. There. That does it. Now, help me attach the wires.
Dealing with death has always frightened me.
It's foolish, my boy. As a scientist, you should never allow yourself to be subjective about things. You must be completely objective. There. I believe that'll do it.
Dr. Sinclair.
Anything wrong, David?
Maybe we ought not go through with this.
You can't turn back now?
No, I suppose not.
Shall we begin? Switch it on. It has a pleasant sound, hasn't it, David? What's the reading?
10,000.
Increase the charge. The reading?
15,000. 20,000. 23,000. 24,000. 25,000. Shall we stop?
No. You must destroy his desire to kill.
26,000. 27,000.
That's enough. Turn it off. Now, to take a look at him. Place the contact microphone in his chest, David.
Yes, Jason.
Listen, David. You're listening to the sound of his heart, David. The beating heart of a dead man. We've succeeded. We've brought him back from death.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Return from Death.
It was a wet and storming night. Jason Sinclair hovered over the body on the table in the center of his basement laboratory. I stood just behind him, watching a dead man return to life.
Listen, David. You're listening to the sound of his heart. We've brought him back from death. Remove the contact mark.
Jason, look at his eyes. They're open.
Yes, I see. Whalen? Can you hear me? Answer me, Whalen. Think what this means, David. He can tell us what it was like to be dead. The first man ever to know the secret. Whalen, answer me.
The strap's taken off.
All right, let's loosen them. How do you feel, Whalen?
Look out, Jason. He's getting off the table.
Nothing to be afraid of, David.
He didn't limp before, did he?
No. Some of the motor section of the brain must have been damaged.
He's coming toward us.
Don't move. You might frighten him.
Look at his eyes, Jason. They're not human.
Go ahead, David. He's trying to say something. I can't understand you, Whalen. What are you trying to say?
He's patting you on the back.
Trying to thank me, no doubt. All right, that's enough, Whalen. I understand you appreciate... Take his hand away from my throat, David.
That's enough, Whalen.
Ah! Look out, David!
I see him.
You knocked him out.
Yes.
You shouldn't have done that.
Are you serious, Jason? I was protecting myself and you, for that matter.
It wouldn't have hurt me.
You didn't seem to think that when he had his fingers around your throat.
Well, I admit that I was frightened.
All right. What are we going to do with him?
Well, keep him down here. Teach him to talk again. Seems to have lost the power of coherent speech.
Look at him, Jason.
Why? Is there anything wrong?
I don't know. But looking at his face now, I have the strangest feeling that he's not really a human being anymore. That something's missing. That he's a mad, vicious creation of the devil.
You're talking like a fool, David. Perhaps you're tired. I know I am. He can't get out of here. We'll lock the doors and the windows are barred. Let's go upstairs.
All right, Jason. But remember what I said. Back on the table, taking the precaution of strapping him down in case he should awaken. Then Jason locked the doors and took the keys with him. We went upstairs.
I've been waiting for you.
And I thought you were asleep.
No, I couldn't sleep.
You should have come downstairs and joined us then, Elaine.
You brought him back?
Yes.
How did he react?
Not as well as he might have, Elaine.
Anything wrong?
No, nothing.
He tried to kill your father.
What?
He was merely trying to thank me, David. He's probably suffering from a sort of amnesia. He doesn't realize his own strength. He's like a baby.
You know that's not true, sir. He's an inhuman, vicious killer.
Oh, you should never have done this, Dad.
Would you both be quiet? I'm tired of listening to you.
What?
I don't like to admit it, but I know I've been wrong. I'm sorry, my dear. I lost my temper. I shouldn't have. I know it's because I think you're both partially right.
How do you mean, Jason?
There is something inhuman about that thing that was a man downstairs. I noticed it tonight when his hands were around my throat. In his eyes, that intangible something that makes an animal a man is missing. In its place, I see the eyes of a madman with no soul.
Oh, what are we going to do?
I don't know.
Maybe we haven't failed, sir. Maybe because we're tired, we think we have. It may look completely different to us after a few hours of sleep.
What was that?
Came from downstairs.
Whalen!
We had him strapped to the table.
He must have gotten loose.
That was the door. He's trying to knock the door down.
We have to stop him.
But how?
Elaine, get my gun.
All right, Dad, I'll be right back.
I tried not to admit it, David, but that was only lying to myself. You and Elaine brought me to my senses. You were right all along, about the rabbit, about the other animals, and especially about Whalen. He must be destroyed. He's a monster without feeling.
Here, Dad, his gun.
Thanks. I'm going down there and...
You won't have to go down there. That was the door.
Listen, he's coming up the stairs.
Turn the lights out, David.
Yes, sir.
I'm going out in the hall to meet him.
No, Dad.
No, let him come in here. him stay right over here on this side of the room.
All right, David.
Be quiet.
He's coming.
I don't want to shoot him. We'll try to take him alive.
You'll have to shoot him.
Oh, yes, Dad.
He's just outside the door.
David, I'm afraid.
Be quiet.
There he is.
You killed.
He's searching for me.
Shh, be quiet.
He's looking this way. Use the gun, Jason. Pull the trigger.
He's still coming. Is he dead?
Yes.
Look at his face now, David.
Yes. I see it.
It's composed. It looks human again. Perhaps we're not meant to tamper with the natural laws of life and death, David. I see that now. But it took Wayland's return from death to prove it to me.
So runs tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
That will wrap up this episode of the Twilight Beacon, featuring stories from Hall of Fantasy. You heard The Perfect Script from February 13th, 1947, and Return from Death from April 6th, 1953. The Twilight Beacon will bring you more vintage radio with frightening and strange tales each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the rest of October. Until then, this is Jedediah D. Blackwell, saying good night, everyone, and good luck getting to sleep.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Twilight Beacon podcast. New episodes are released on thetwilightbeacon.com during the month of October and can be found on your favorite podcast apps and streaming services. The Twilight Beacon podcast is produced and edited by Jason and Jacob Burgess. Music by Alexander Nakarada. Special thanks to the Old Time Radio Researchers Group and OTRR.com. Visit thetwilightbeacon.com for archived episodes and a schedule of upcoming shows. You can follow the Twilight Beacon on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the latest program updates.